Welcome to Coffee with Coach, episode 5. Can you believe it? 5 episodes. It's been amazing. I'm Steve Vencl, for those of you that don't know me, also known as Coach on Twitter and X. But I'm grateful to be here. And Coffee with Coach is something that I started up because I love coffee. I've really started to enjoy talking about it, connecting with other people about it. And then I also do a little bit of kind of my thoughts. And today, the whole thought behind things is going to be about being uncomfortable. But first, the coffee. So here we go. We got the mug. I literally just brewed it. It is the last of the batch from Peixoto. I've showcased this one a couple times. The Sucoro from Guatemala. Tasty notes of cantaloupe, honeysuckle, and pecan pie. Really, really good nose feel. Like really smells good and like sweet and light. One thing to kind of touch on, and this ties to the maybe not the uncomfortable thing, but I posted something last week over the weekend about drinking out of a Yeti mug or an insulated mug with a lid, and because we were taking the kids to the park. And the interesting thing was that when we took the kids and I've got it and I'm drinking it, the coffee tasted flavorless. But this is the coffee that I normally drink and have for the past like 2 weeks. I'm about 2 weeks on a bag. And it was really, really just flat. So I popped the lid off and then I just kind of let it open up and I let myself breathe as I was drinking it. And I posted a fun fact on it. Smell contributes to 80% of what we taste. So 80% of what we smell kind of brings together what is our mouthfeel. So the interesting thing is by doing those super insulated mugs that keep everything nice and warm and good temperature, you lose the sense of smell. And sometimes I've realized that I don't like drinking out of the metal mug or tumbler. So right here, just a ceramic one that my wife had got somewhere, holds between 12 and 16 ounces of coffee or liquid really, really well. So moving on, before I go past the coffee, I don't know what I'm going to pick up next. If you have suggestions, let me know. If you have samples that you want me to try of stuff, I'd be happy to brew it and talk about it and kind of let people know my thoughts and then also be able to link it somewhere here. So if you have coffee or if you are a coffee shop or just have a favorite coffee that you like, let me know. I'd be happy to try it and receive it. So coming back around to the thought of being uncomfortable. This week I've felt off and on. It's funny. My wife and I were talking last night in my office. Coming out of weekends when we detach and when we're outside of our normal routines of work or for me, job searching and that kind of stuff, it's great. But then Monday comes and you get back into the routine. And for me, it can be a little daunting because I'm going through this journey. I'm on week 13 of job searching and not much to show for it other than some really good connections. And honestly, I'm staying pretty positive through it. And then also through the process, I've birthed this, Coffee with Coach has been great, but it's uncomfortable going through a day and having different feelings and different emotions. And it's something that I've been thinking a lot about. And honestly, there's no real good way to deal with discomfort other than kind of embrace it and reflect on it and understand kind of why it's kind of creating this discomfort in you. Because usually when things are uncomfortable, it allows us to move forward in a different way. And it allows us to kind of be more centered and understand what's going on. So that way we can move forward. Another thing that I've been thinking a lot about regarding discomfort, and actually it ties to a recent purchase of mine. And anybody that's heard me has talked about it. Like I love mouth taping. So this is mouth tape from Dream Recovery. So Todd Anderson, former football player over at Michigan State, has created this product, and I've started using it. I started using it a couple months ago, and then recently, just around the cyber sale, I ended up getting a 6-month supply of it discount. But what it is, if you look, Dream Recovery tape. So what you do is you peel off the back. It's a good adhesive, but it pulls on off. You pull it off, tape yourself here. And what you do is you do it when you go to sleep. You can do it during exercise. I do it during sleep because what it allows me to do, it allows me to focus on really nasal breathing. And if anybody doesn't know about the benefits of nasal breathing versus mouth breathing, it's a really good book, Breath by James Nestor. Phenomenal around the whole thought of what nose breathing compared to mouth breathing does to us. Short little TLDR. If you mouth breathe consistently, it messes with all your levels within your body. They did an experiment and they plugged their nose and tested a lot of data within, and it allowed them to understand that when they were only able to breathe through their mouth, they became pre-diabetic, sleep apnea, all of this stuff started coming about. So they stopped it, unplugged their nose, and then really focused only on nasal breathing, and it reversed everything. So there's so many benefits, particularly when it comes to sleep, increase in REM sleep, deep sleep, and all of those kind of things. So my wife actually just started doing it the other night. So really excited to kind of be on this journey. But that's something that is a good example of doing something that is a little uncomfortable at first, because when you first put it on, it's like, holy cow, okay, this is weird. But it allows you, once you start seeing the benefits and understanding that it's going to challenge you, but it moves you forward, it is phenomenal. So enough on my rant about mouth taping. What I wanted to ask you, is there anything, or what's the biggest thing that you've been uncomfortable with that you've had to overcome, and then it has also allowed you to move forward? Because I think the thing is, the more that we're able to share and reflect on these moments of discomfort to understand how it helps us move forward, it helps us in the long run. So that's my question to you. What's something that you've overcome, or something that is very discomforting to you that ended up being a really good thing? So that's what I'll leave you with. As always, I'm grateful for everybody that tunes on in and pays attention to this. This is something fun for me to do, to be able to connect and share kind of my thoughts with the world. Thanks for being here. I'm always rooting for you, and we'll talk to you soon.